Hello, good morning. Just. Okay, give everyone a chance to catch up for 12 o'clock. Hello. So with my glasses off quickly. Okay, so I'll just give everyone a moment to catch up and sign in. And I hope you are all well. And it's February. Hello. So, Pilates Lounge, I'm going to call this now, rather than lunchtime live, so, because I'm guessing we're all in our lounge where you've got the most space. Push back that coffee table, roll out that mat. So, okay, here we've got some of you signed in. So today we've got a nice hip opening and an ab focus with some stretches in between. So we've only got half an hour, so we are going to get to it straight away. So remember, these videos will now be posted just straight onto the main page from now on, so you can access it at any time and as often as you like. So onto our mats, we are going to start in kneeling position. So I want to really quickly, straight away, open out those hips a little bit, because I can imagine we're all quite sedentary and sat down at the moment. So take one leg forward, okay? So just come forward, and then just have that lovely alignment, ankle through to knee. And as you look at this knee, lovely, long and strong and forward. So with support of your hands down by the side. Now, if you can, take a quick peek at this knee. Make sure it's in line with the hip as well, because if you've crossed over, you're too far in or out, you're going to find it quite hard to balance. So tuck those toes underneath you, and then just gently lengthen that leg away and relax the toes. So you need to make sure this leg is lovely, long and strong, and you can feel a beautiful stretch in those hip flexors there. So we're just going to hold that for the moment and try to relax into it. Are we all okay? Relax into it. And then a tiny little pulse. So the pulse is coming from here. Just that little, just a 3. 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. This leg's lovely and strong and long. You're not directly on that kneecap. Lovely, long and strong. Hold it again. Now, if you can, bring both hands to the inner arch of the foot. And again, long and strong. Breathe out and try to relax. Soften those elbows. Relax into it. So we're going to take this class nice and slow, lovely and measured and considered, okay? This leg, again, strong and long forward, okay? Try not to let that knee collapse out to the side. Again, that little pulse from here. Drive it from that hip flexor. Breathe out. Once more and hold it. Hold. Now, if you feel you need a little bit more, adjust the hands and soften those elbows. There may be some of you that can come all the way down. But remember, find your own stretch. No one can see you. Find it, work it. And again, that last time, 3 little pulses. Drive it from here. So you're trying to make that thigh come towards that mat. That third one, hold that stretch. That should feel kind of lovely. Remember, there should never be pain or tension in Pilates. If there is, your technique's slightly off. 3, 2, and then gently soften and take it forward once more. Just hold. 3 little pulses. 1, breathe out on that pulse. Hold. Remember, soften the elbows more or bring those elbows to the floor. 3, 2, and then gently soften, bring it back, and if possible, wiggle that leg around. Lovely stretch, opposite side. So remember, you can walk it forward in whichever fashion you like. So it's lovely and long and strong with this leg. That lovely alignment here. Okay, one hand either side. So quickly look back on that supporting knee. Make sure it's in line with the hip. Tuck those toes under and then just get that tiny little bit more length on that back leg and relax the foot if you can. If you find you get a cramp, you can keep that toe tucked up. It doesn't matter. So lovely and strong and long in this front leg. Feel that beautiful stretch in the opposite leg. And that tiny little pulse. So that little lean, you're driving through that front hip. 2, 3, hold. If you want to, you can take both hands to the inner arch if you wish straight away. Hello! And then 3 more pulses again. That lovely little 3, breathe out. And hold. Bring both hands, if you can, or if you wish, to the inside arch of that foot. Remember this knee, don't let it fall out to the side. Strong and long, always lengthening. If you need that little bit more, remember just soften through the elbows, adjust those hands. If you want to come down onto your elbows, that is perfectly fine. But make sure you're not a leaning Tower of Pisa. Have a quick look down and check on that body. Okay, and another pulse. 3. And hold it. 3, 2, and then we're going to soften, take it back, roll through, and 1 more, hold. So again, we're just trying to relax, really stretch and open up. Remember, don't let this knee fall out, strong and long. Adjust your hands if you want to go further down. 3, 2, 1, and then gently soften and bring that knee back, both hands centered and in line with the shoulder. We're going to come into shell pose. Those big toes come together, and then that beautiful lengthening through the spine, leaving the hands there, and just enjoy that stretch across the top of the back and the shoulders. I'll be all okay. So good to be back. If you can, get that forehead to the floor. Again, then gently take one hand on top of the other. So hopefully it should be a lovely stretch right out of that hip all the way to those fingers, okay? And then we're going to lean into that side. So the arm that's reached across, just lean into the rib cage, get that beautiful stretch. So really just try and stretch out the back and shoulders, and hopefully your hips had a nice stretch. 3, 2, 1, bring yourself back to centre, align yourself back up again, and then the opposite side. So bring that hand across, place it on top if you can, and find that beautiful stretch. Remember, it's coming out the side of the hip, all the way, along the side of the body, along the side of the waist and the back. And then lean slightly into it, through the ribs, breathing out as you get that gorgeous, gorgeous stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back to centre, align up. We're going to come slightly up and onto your fingertips. So I want you to kind of claw that mat, okay? So you kind of a little bit of tension in the fingers, and then leave them there and pull back. So again, a lovely, beautiful stretch across the back, top of the shoulders. If possible, remember that lovely out breath when you stretch. Try and take your forehead to the floor. Beautiful stretch, 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 stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then gently bring yourselves up. So we're going to come into pigeon, or sometimes known as the swan stretch. So bring one knee forward and through. So remember, you're on that slight angle. Again, look down, make sure that back leg is in line with the hip. And then take that leg a little bit longer, relax the foot, open those shoulders, and hold that stretch. So hopefully you can feel that stretch in the butt cheek on that bent leg. Now remember, if you can't quite feel it, this is one of those strange stretches, sometimes you can't quite get it. Remember, lovely length in your spine as you come forward, breathing out until you find your stretch. So remember, it's not about getting down to the floor. You notice as soon as if I just drop here, my back has softened and I lose quite a bit from that stretch. Lovely length as you come forward. Again, try to relax into it. And then maybe some of you that prefer to come down up onto your forearms, it's completely up to you. 3, 2, and 1. And then just gently adjust those hands, fall back onto that buttock and sweep the other leg around to swap. Oh, my mat's wiggling. So, it's really strange being on a carpet teaching. So again, that knee slightly outwards, this foot in line with the hip, and that hip is lovely and square to the mat. Support yourself with your arms. Look back, make sure this leg, that kind of tail leg as I call it, is in line with the hip. Push it a little bit longer if you need to. Remember, open those shoulders, lovely length as you bring yourself forward. Breathing out. So hopefully you can feel that piriformis stretch in the butt cheek of that bent leg. Real good. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in, and as you breathe out again, try to relax into it. Remember, if you wish, you can come down onto your forearms, but don't drop out of those hips. Keep those hips square. Keep that lovely length in the spine. Find your own stretch. 3, 2, and 1. And then gently bring yourself up. And again, just fall onto that butt cheek. Untangle yourself and bring yourself to seated. Okay, so we're going to roll like a ball just for 3 times. Okay, so shoot yourself along your mat so you're on the edge. Now, we're going to start on those seat bones, open those shoulders and tuck your fingers under your knees. So we're gently going to come up onto your tiptoes. So you notice I've come off of my seat bone, kind of on that fleshy bit just behind. I'm going to lift my toes and tuck my chin. So we're just going to hold it here. So lovely length. Remember, don't drop that chin too low. No double chins. And then we are going to roll just for 3. And remember the breath out as you, and a tiny pause or not. Up to you whether those toes touch. 2 more. So remember, you've got that little tuck, smooth as you can. So trying to avoid any slapping sound with those shoulders. So tuck in, and then we're going to stay down 3, and then just gently bring yourself here. Whew, for a tiny, tiny rest. Okay, so we're now going to gently take your hands down into a lovely, natural little V shape. 1 leg at a time, we're going to extend away into tabletop. Okay, so hopefully you've got a lovely neutral spine. So what we're really trying to avoid is any movement. If you can see, I don't want to see that back moving through this exercise. Okay, so I'm going to stay with my arms in a lovely little V shape. Those of you slightly more advanced, you may wish to take the arms and rest them overhead, but keep that chest lovely and open and those shoulders down. So whilst we're here, before we start the move, focus again on that lovely core, bracing length through. So your spine's lovely and long, eyes and natural gaze straight up to the ceiling. Okay, so both legs we are gently going to push and extend away. So we're trying to keep pelvis back in neutral. Okay, and in. 3 more. I've lost my digits. 3. So remember, breathe out on that effort. If it's a little too much, keep those knees slightly soft. So this should be your last one. And then just hold that lovely little pause. Brace, length, shoulders open, breathing. And then we're going to go into 2 straddles. So those legs just coming apart and draw them back together. So remember, we're really being considered today. No rushing, got plenty of time to hear what I'm saying and follow the instructions, I hope, and draw back in. Knees in, a little soften, and straight back out with a pause. So slightly different exercise. 1 leg, we're going to drop slightly further away, and then you're going to draw a semicircle to the point, back in together, switch sides, drop away, semicircle up, together, soften and back in. Quick rest and out. This time the leg is going to come slightly towards you, then semicircle and together, switch. So just slightly different, but hopefully you can feel how that changes the demand on your body. Draw in and a little rest. Okay, so we're going to hug up. Hug, hug, hug. So you're going to squeeze yourself into a little ball again. Okay, so remember that lovely length, that beautiful pelvic floor hammock. Engage, lengthening all the way up and out the top of your head. So you've got that little dip of the chin, but no double chins, okay? And then I want you to squeeze those shoulders a little bit closer to the knees. So your upper back is just coming off the floor. Now, if your stomach has popped up at all, your technique is gone, come back down and then squeeze again. Draw it up. So hopefully this should be effort. It's not just holding that position. Okay, so we're gently from here, hold that upper body, upper ab curl, extend the legs, take the hands out as though you're in the 100. But we're doing an upper ab curl. So we're just going to squeeze a little bit more, a little bit more. Breathe out on that effort. Now if there's tension in your head and neck and the shoulders have lifted, please come back down. Maybe your technique's gone. That little pulse, there should be 3 left. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then gently lower, quick rest, and then we're back to the other little sequence where we took both legs away. So remember, you choose your arm position. Focus, lovely engagement, hips stay square, neutral. 2 straddles. Now if you can, watch for the legs. Are they moving at the same speed and the same distance? Okay, I sound rather bossy today and I like it. Okay, then turn me out. I know, I'm bossy every day. And back in. A quick soften on those knees and back out again. So can you remember the semicircle that we did a moment ago? Drop one leg away. Semicircle, up and down. And again, other side, down, up, together, draw in, quickly in, out again, pause. Remember this time the foot's going to come towards you, semicircle, up and switch, towards you, semicircle, up and soften. And again, that lovely hug. So we've got another set to go. Okay, so squeeze. Remember, hug up a little bit more. So you're curling that upper body. Okay, remember you're not trying to tuck in too tight. Keep that lovely length in the spine. Open out those legs and the arms. So it's an upper ab exercise. It's that lovely little reach. Breathe in. Lovely and slow and considered. 4, 5, 6. So if your tummy's popped up at all, stop. Come back down. This should be your last one. 8 and down. And relax. Quick circle on those knees. Just 2 each way. And then this is your last set. So we're going to have to repeat it, I'm afraid. Okay. So, again, lovely length. Choose your arm position and then gently away. So this is your last set. We know what we're expecting. Shoulders nice and open. Lovely engagement. Push away. Remember that a little too challenging on the back. Keep the knees slightly soft. 2 straddles. Watch those legs. Same speed, same distance. And draw back in together. So just keep an eye on them. Are they moving at the same time? Same distance. Gently back in together. That little recovery. In and push straight out. So we're back to the semicircles. So remember, you choose your arm position. Okay, focus, focus, focus. Drop that foot, semicircle, and back down. Other side, drop that foot, semicircle, in and down. Quick recovery, really quick, and then gently back out again. So really think, so semicircle with the leg coming forward. I don't want this other leg flailing around with the other, okay? Other side, up. So trying to keep this one lovely and long and stable in together and recover. Squeeze, bringing ourselves up. So remember, lovely, from that pelvic floor, lengthen, pearl, peel, 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 squeeze, lift those shoulders a little bit more, breathe out. Remember, if you've crunched up those shoulders and you're feeling all tight and tense, please come back down. Hold it, hold it, okay, and then lengthen those legs away and the arms. So we have sneakily snuck up to the 100. Remember, everyone's favourite move. If it's a little too much, I'm going to come down to a flat-footed 100. So, head, neck supported. Okay, if you prefer, come down with the upper body rested. Okay, this is the position in which I'm going to do my 100 today. So lovely length, are we all good? And then we are off. So that lovely breath in through your nose. And breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. So remember, if you want a little bit more, you decide. Breathing out. Change your foot position. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. It's that lovely firm, fast. Breathing out. Oh gosh, where's Charlie? Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out. So you're over halfway. So remember, if it's too easy, too hard, change your foot position. You decide. And out. Now I make it 30. Breathing in, 2, 3. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last 10. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Draw in, circle, circle, circle. Hey. And then just circle the other way. Hopefully we're all okay. I've lost my earring then too. One more. Okay, and then gently take the feet down to the floor. So we're going to have a lovely stretch now, okay? So stretch the abdominals and the back a little bit as well. So we're going to take the arms out to shoulder height. So again, just make sure they're open and relaxed and not up around your ears. Okay, and then we're going to breathe out and bring both knees together to one side, and your eyes will look the opposite way. So, stage 2 of the stretch, that top leg, just sneak the knee slightly higher than the lower one. If you can, imagine I'm above you and I've placed my palm just on the outer edge of that knee and just pushing it down slightly so you feel more of a stretch. Now hopefully the shoulders are still open, and if you can, keep the shoulder blades back and on that floor. So have a lovely stretch, back of the ribs all the way down. Level 3, we're going to keep that knee where it is, just extend the lower part of the leg. It can relax on the floor, but again, that same imagery where I've got my palm just above that knee joint and just gently breathe out. Really, really feel that stretch. 4, 3, need to be a contortionist, 2, and 1, and then just gently tuck that leg back in, breathing in, and then to the other side. So you're breathing out, you're looking down the arms. Remember this time, hopefully you'll see that my shoulder's not lifting. Try to keep it lovely and open and down. So hopefully the stretch is here, across the top and the back of the ribs. We feel a little bit in the abdominals. So that's position 1. So if you remember, position 2, that top knee just sneaks slightly over the bottom one. And again, use that imagery that I'm gently placing my hand just above that knee joint. There's a little bit of pressure, making you a little bit more open, a little, oh, lovely stretch. And then position 3, you just extend the lower part of the leg, rest the foot on the floor though, the same again. Try and keep these shoulders open and down. Beautiful stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just gently soften, bring that foot back to centre. Both knees up, and then that lovely little hug. Draw up, and that circle, circle, circle. Just 2 each way. 1 and 2, and then gently down. We're gently going to take both feet back down to the floor, and a very similar exercise. We'll take your arms out to the side, similar stretch, and both knees will come down to one side. So just stretching out the top of the back of those ribs for just a moment. Okay, and then we're going to just bring ourselves onto your shoulder and hip. So you'd literally square onto me. So this top knee is going to come into your chest, and this bottom arm is going to hug it. Okay, so we've just shifted that stretch. It's a little bit of a glute stretch. Now, if you're glutton for punishment, most of you are, this free hand will come down and reach for that lovely, strong thing, ankle. And then you're going to come into, so that bottom leg has a thigh stretch, top leg is having just a little glute stretch. So this knee is now in line with your body, breathing out. That top shoulder's open as well. So this is a beauty of a stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the hand, release that top leg, tuck it over, and we're on to the other side. Okay, so arms come out nice and wide again, and both knees come out together. So excuse me if I have my back to you this time, but hopefully you can see what that lower leg is doing a little bit. So we're going to turn onto your hip and shoulder, okay? Ooh, a little cramp in my toe. You're going to, this top hand will hug that top knee. Oh, bottom hand will hug the top knee. And this free hand, if you wish, can reach for that lovely strong ankle, and you straighten that leg and have a thigh stretch at the same time. And then try and relax and open that shoulder. Oh my, beautiful stretch. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. And then just gently release, release. Bring yourselves onto your backs. Lengthen both legs and relax. Okay, my emergency tissue is falling out. Okay, so just take that beautiful breath in, breathing in through your nose, and then breathing out through your mouth. And again, that lovely breath in, and breathing out. And then once more, breathe in. Now this time as we breathe out, just gently draw one knee at a time up and place the feet flat to the floor. And then we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to hug up into a ball again. Okay, so again, hands into the crease of the knee, and I want you to hug and lift up. Okay, remember, don't let that chin drop too low. And you can hear it in my voice. You're shortening your airway. Keep that airway nice and open. And then we're just going to interlink your fingers, and we're going to push and lengthen through your legs. Okay, so you can have the upper body relaxed, or in that slight abdominal curl. 2 more. 2. And last one. So try and get lovely length, length, and length
So whichever you're positioning, I would like you to keep the legs still and take those arms long overhead and relax. So shoulders are nice and open. Make sure your back has not moved through that movement. So L pose, I want you to make yourself as long as you can, vertically and horizontally. So from that pelvic floor, as much length as you can. Your eyes should naturally be gazing towards the ceiling. Beautiful length through the legs. If you're finding that a little too much, you can bring the hands back here, but you're making yourself as long as you can, every which way. 3, 2, and 1. Gently soften, stretch back up, and we're just going to flex and point. Just mobilise the ankles a little bit. 3. So if that's a little too much, remember, exactly the same with a softer knee. 2. Hold the flex. So remember, you can choose. So when we say about lengthening the legs, we're not about locking those knees, okay? It's length, length. Still lovely engagement. 3, 2, and that beautiful point. 3, 2, and 1. And gently soften in. Still got a point on the toe, and that lovely hug up again. 3, 2, and then we're going to use our legs to gently kick and bring yourselves up and to seated. And then just gently adjust yourself so you're on the seat bones. So I will be forward facing you now. So lovely and open, sit cross-legged. If you don't like to sit cross-legged, it can be a natural little straddle, one leg in and out. I really don't mind, but make sure you're on those seat bones. Now if you do find you want to sit like this and your knees are quite high, just indicating there's a little bit of tightness in the hips. So if you've got a cushion to hand, you're always welcome, or a block, to quickly pop that under, and it will allow you to open those hips a little bit more. Okay, so we're on those seat bones. Again, think length from that hammock, that pelvic floor. Length up without lifting the chin. Lovely openness of the shoulders, hands are rested, and then we're going to breathe in and dip your chin to your chest. So that lovely little breath out. Feel that stretch on the back of the neck. Okay, and then that lovely breath in, breathing in, and then breathe out. So opposite way. Beautiful stretch here. Get rid of those jowls. Breathe in to bring the eyes back up to centre, and then we're going to take the ear to the shoulder. That lovely little drop down. So just feel that stretch. Breathe in, and then that lovely breath out. 3, 2, and then just gently bring it back and into centre, and then just that lovely breath in through the nose. Purse lips. Blow that kiss. Breathe in. It's almost Valentine's. Blow that kiss. And then this time we're going to introduce the arms, that lovely breath in. So remember, it's not just an arm movement, you're making yourself long. Lift up out of that waist. Bring the palms together. You can look up if you wish. Are your hands even? Make sure you're not uneven. If they are, sometimes does it indicate you've got that little imbalance in your hips. So you can look up or forward, and then gentle breath out. A little bit of tension and the palms pushing together. So remember, my shoulders open. Am I lifting all the way up from that pelvic floor and that lovely, lovely length? And thank you very much. Yay! So hopefully you've enjoyed that today. So that's quite a nice hip, abs, and a nice back stretch today. So Wednesday, it's going to be a little bit more of an arm focus, okay? So well done. It's so lovely to see you all. And remember, so this is Pilates Lounge, because I think that's where most of us are with our smart tellies. Hey, I can see some of you now. Excellent. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will share it straight to the page, okay? Take care, everyone. Keep safe. Lots of love. Bye.